This is Gary Parr, Fiber Talk, Nashville Market. Christine caught in the storms in the east and is not going to be able to make it. So that's an incredible, sad thing. She's fighting to get back home with trains that aren't running and so on and so forth. But we're going to forge on, and we have Kim Young from Sassy Jacks joining us today. First, it's morning of Thursday. The show hasn't even started. There's banners all over the Embassy Suites. Everybody is getting lined up and get their displays organized. Kim, you are here to buy stuff.
Yes, we are. Hey, Gary, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're able to come out this morning. Today is kind of a neat day here because people are a little bit relaxed, and there's this great feeling of anticipation, and you get to actually talk with people, which is nice. So for us, it's great to see people that maybe we've never met before, or friends that we haven't seen, other shop owners and designers that we haven't seen for a year, or if they've been away for a while, coming back after a year or so. So today's really a neat day, so I'm glad you're here for today.
So, okay, you've been here before.
Yes.
And so you tell us now. There's a sale begins tonight, selling begins tonight, and then it's all day tomorrow. It gets kind of crazy around here with all the store owners trying to get to see all the charts and patterns and products.
Yeah, well, so I'm the new kid on the block. I've been here before. This is my fourth market, so I'm probably one of the newer kids. There are new shops every year, so there were a few new shops here last year, and I'm sure there will be this year. But yeah, so at 6 o'clock tonight we do early bird shopping, and so some of the designers will open up their rooms. Everybody's in a different room, and the way the Embassy Suites is laid out, it's open in the middle, and so there are folks in rooms all around the middle, so you kind of walk all around, and you can see straight across, and you can see all the banners for the different designers. And so 6 o'clock, some of them will open, and we know which one's open, and some vendors, some shops have lines outside the door already, and certainly tomorrow morning when they open, that will be true as well. So you kind of have to plan your attack. There are just so many different shops that you can get to, and so little time to do it. So it does get a little hairy. Yeah, it's interesting.
Now you've with your shop had a little different approach, or probably not different from some, in that you've had a lot of these charts in house, and then packaged them up and shipped them out yesterday, so people would get them during the show. So that's kind of a neat thing. So your pre-orders, a lot of them taken care of just by shipping them out of your shop.
Yeah, we were able to do that. We were lucky. So there were a few designers who travel a long way to come here from Europe, from Australia, from all over the place, and it's hard to bring all that stuff in. And so in those instances, sometimes they will ship it to your shop before the event with the understanding that you absolutely do not sell them until the event opens. And so we do pre-sales, and we don't let them leave the shop until we know they're not going to get there before this event opens. So this year we kind of did that. We had everything packaged. It sat in a box for a month, some of it, waiting to go to its new forever home. And then we went to the post office yesterday morning before we left, and we were there for, I'm going to say, a good 30 minutes, just shipping out packages. So it was a lot of fun to do that. It was fun to box it up and to get to see everything, and then to know that people are waiting with anticipation to get those things. It was a lot of fun for us to do that. Yeah.
That's customer cruelty, having that stuff in the shop and people can't buy them. That's evil.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's a fun evil. Yeah, so it was great. But we were super excited to be able to do that for some folks. It definitely makes this process a little easier because it allows us to bring home more product from other folks too. So we actually drove this year, and the last 2 years we brought a Mini Cooper. So that was fun. We were packed to the gills going home the last 2 years, and this year we brought a Subaru. And so we thought we upgraded till we started putting all the boxes in there, and they were empty, and we were like, I'm not so sure this Subaru has as much room as we thought it did. So it'll be fun to box it all up and get it back home on Sunday. But
okay, so all right, so take us through. So you brought empty boxes down here because you're here to shop for inventory for the shop. I assume you have pre-orders that you
We
have
do.
to get here. So you bring a car full of empty boxes,
Yes,
so that you can haul back.
That's right. So it's a planning exercise, and it's something I learned in the first market. The first market was a great experiment for me. I came and I shopped and I got some product home, but I learned a ton of stuff. So it's not as easy as you think, and you really have to plan for it. So we planned, what we need to buy. We have our list, and we have to bring other things too. So we actually have a market event really early when we get back. We get home Sunday night, and on Monday afternoon at 3:00 we open our shop. We're usually closed on Mondays, so we open our shop at 3:00, and from 3 until 8, folks who've kind of pre-registered get a chance to come in and buy the product that we've brought home from market. But to do that, to make that happen, we have to be very organized while we're here. So we bring all these empty boxes. We have our list. We bring all the things we need to price these items. We bring all the bags we need to put them in for the people who've ordered things, so that we can segregate that stuff out and make sure everybody gets what they wanted. And then, we do a little bit of giveaways at those events too. So we have to bring all the stuff to package our little giveaways that we do. So we shop all day. It's people keep telling me, have fun, Kim. I'm sure it's great. And it is. It's great to see everybody, and it's great to see all the product and all the excitement. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to be executed in a short period of time. And so we spend the evenings, we don't do a lot of hobnobbing in the evenings. We're in our room, we're pricing, and we're sorting, and we're putting the things back in the containers to get them home so that we can get them out to the customers.
Yeah, because what Nicola Partman was saying, she did a calculation that if you see each of the people exhibiting here in the time it's available, you have about, 9 minutes, I think it is, per person.
Yeah.
Which is, and of course, a lot of them, from what I understand, have people standing in line, so that 9 minutes is getting chewed up.
Yeah, it's a process. And the thing I said early on, you see people you haven't seen in a while, and so you really want a chance to visit with people too a little bit, and to have a few minutes to find out how they're doing. And a lot of these people, they're friends for 20, 25 years, and some of us are new friends, and so it's a chance for us to do that too. So it's hard, because you would love to spend a half hour in each room at least, and you would love to have dinner with 20 different people while you're here. And so it's a challenge to get through all that, but it's still a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah, breakfast this morning was like old home week. You could tell people are shaking and hugging and seeing each other for the first time since probably last year. Yeah.
You bet, yeah. So, it's great. All the work that goes into it by the designers, and then even in the hotels, they're kind of moving some tables around now, getting stuff set up and ready. To bring this together is just really amazing. So, we're grateful that we have the chance to do this, and that we have a chance to continue to get new product out there and out to our customers and see the industry grow.
Now, let's talk about your store a little bit. Since we last did a podcast, you've been pretty active with your store. And that was last year, and you had a plan for having designers come in and classes. And how is that all going for you? From what I follow online, it's going quite well. But how is it going? Getting a lot of response?
Yeah, we've done well. Sometimes I came into it with a plan, and I've worked really hard, but that doesn't make it happen sometimes, but it's really going well for us. It's happening, and I step back a lot and try to reflect on that and figure out how to make things better. I'm one of those people that no matter what you do, whether it goes well or whether it goes poorly, you step back and you evaluate that and you figure out how do you make it better. So the classes have been great. We've hosted Nicola, we've hosted Susan Greening Davis. We've got Nikki of Nikki's Creations coming in for March 17th. So right after this event, she'll be there. We have Summer House Stitchworks coming back in May. We've got Claudia Dutcher of Dutch Street Designs coming in October to do another Bristol Orphanage, another sampler lecture. And then we have Susan Greening Davis coming back for some things too. So as a shop, I feel like we're kind of hitting a few different areas. We're trying to do that with the designers to come in, big classes. And then every week, every Saturday, and sometimes on Tuesday evenings, we do what we call shop classes, which are really classes that we teach in-house by folks that work at the shop. And we do needle felting, we do punch needle, we do needle point. I've got beginning hard anger coming up in a couple weeks. And we keep those classes small. Those are about 6 people. Our designer classes go up to 25. That's what we can hold in the shop right now. And so the small classes are very gratifying because you see people coming in to learn something brand new. They've never done this before, and you kind of watch through their learning process. So sometimes people, it's easy, sometimes it's hard. The really gratifying part about it is when they come back a week later and they have that little project finished and they're buying a new project. They want to do something more with that. And it's really fantastic when they come in and they branch off completely on their own and they come in and they buy materials without a pattern and then they go do something entirely, inventive on their own. And that's what we really wanted to be as a shop. I kind of came into this and I had a few different goals in mind, and they fit into 3 categories. And the first one really was the longevity of the industry as a whole. I wanted to see more people pick up needlework and enjoy needlework and learn the history and the culture behind needlework. I wanted to see it continue for generations. That was kind of my first goal. And the second one was to enrich, the stitchers' lives. And so when I think about that and what that means to us as a shop, I think about reaching the demographic that's out there kind of stitching on their own without a local shop. And how do we do that? And so we're trying to really think about doing things online. And I think you do a fantastic service with this kind of thing that you're doing today, where people who don't get to a shop, they don't live within an hour's distance of a shop, sometimes 2 or 3, they get to still be involved and be part of that bigger family. And so we spend a lot of time thinking about how do you enrich the lives of stitchers? How do you give them this opportunity and make it easy for them to feel like they're part of something? And so we're working on some things for that. And then the third thing really is the sustainability of the shop and making sure that we can stay in business.
Idea.
Yeah, and after I came out with those 3 things, it kind of came out of my mouth a few months ago. And I stood back because I'm a business person by background, and I said, did I really say that? Because the last thing on the list was the well-being of the shop. And I thought about it, and I thought, for me, I think that really was the way I meant it. It wasn't an accident because, I had a job before I did this, and I got paid doing that job, and I left that to do this because I love this. And there were reasons that I did it, and it really was those 3 reasons, and I think they truly are in that order. And so when I do things with the classes and the designers and I think about, even what we do here, and I reflect on that, those 3 things always come back to the presence of mind, and I feel like that has enabled us to be successful, I think. I think if we were too, focused on what we get out of it as a shop, I don't think that we would have the love out there that we're giving to people and bringing back in for the craft. And so I think, at the end of the day, if more people pick up stitching or if more people come back to stitching or they learn to love this in all of its different types, whether it's punch needle or needle felt or embroidery, and then we've done something really good. And that was kind of my goal for this,
Yeah. All right, you got that big old house that your husband is single-handedly refurbishing. When do we move in? When do we move in?
So we're hoping to get there. We're hoping to finish it up this year. We've been working on it. I bought it in 2014, and I didn't start any work on it until 2015. And so this is our 3rd year, but this is the house's 150th birthday. So it was built in 1878, and it's on the National Listing of Historic Places. It's called the Baird House. And it was only in one family in all that time. So the husband, Zebulon Baird, built it and lived there with his wife, and they had one son. His name was Henry Baird. And Henry Baird lived there until he was 90 years old, I think, and died in the year 2000. And we bought it in 2016. Between 2000 and 2016, it really sat empty. Nobody else has ever lived in that house but that family. And so when we went to start the work on it, the upstairs level had never had electricity, ever. There was no plug upstairs. And so it's been quite a bit of work. And we have done a lot of it ourselves. We've brought in some professionals and electricians, for example. But we're hoping to get it all wrapped up this year. That's the goal. It's a big year for the house, and we really want to bring the community in to celebrate. That's another thing where we kind of look around and, we really didn't want to see the house torn down, and it was in danger of that. And it's a community icon. People love that house. They have memories of seeing Mr. Baird at the grocery store, or different things where they've been in the house. And So we're getting close. I think we'll be done this year. We'll open it up to the community, have people who haven't seen the house for 20 years be able to walk through it and visit it and think about their own memories. And then after the end of the year, once we've done our inventory, we'll move our shop over there. So we won't move during the year. We'll finish out the year where we are. We're in a great space in downtown Weaverville, and we'll finish up the year there and then pack it all up and move it 3 whole miles on the same street down the road. So that's the plan, and I think we'll get there this year.
Well, that'd be great, yeah, because it's...
It'd be great for us, you bet. We're ready to be done. You know, you can only love it so much, and then you're like, yeah, I just want to be done.
Right, yeah, it has to end, yep.
Yeah.
All right, Kim, well, looking forward to the show here, and you get to shop. I just get to go see people and talk to them, so I don't have to buy anything. But for people who are interested in what you have, Sassy Jacks, and the town is
Weaverville, North Carolina. Yeah, so it's Sassy Jacks Stitchery, and you know we're in a great spot there in Weaverville. We're right beside a quilt shop on one side and a bakery on the other, and so it's truly you know, Americana Main Street downtown area. And then we have an online presence too, so that's of course under Sassy Jacks Stitchery, and you can catch us on Facebook as well.
Yep. So SassyJacksStitchery.com.
Yes, that's
what
exactly
it is, okay?
right. Yeah.
And then Facebook, yeah, you have a page there. People can search and join.
Yeah.
And keep up. Oh, I got to ask you.
Okay.
The sampler stitch along that you have going. Tell about that.
Yeah.
We're not done, folks. Sorry.
Yeah. So we're getting ready to initiate our very first newsletter, and it's like having your first child. There's a lot of anticipation around that. We're having a hard time letting it get out of the nest, you know, and so we're just about ready for that. We're planning that for aftermarket. But we have a couple neat things. We have a sampler that we found locally that is an 1849 perforated paper sampler with a really beautiful verse. It was from one friend to another. On the back of it is still the original inscription from the one friend to the other. We are going to give that away in the first newsletter. And then in the second newsletter, in the second month, we start with this really beautiful Saxon sampler that, you know, I had the privilege to acquire from Nicola Parkman of Hands Across the Sea. And it's a reversible sampler. It's just fantastic. So we're going to be giving that one away band by band in the newsletter, and people can join the newsletter, and they can join that stitch along, and that'll probably go for a year because it's a long sampler, and it's a really pretty one. So if you haven't seen the pictures of that, you can check that out online. But all you have to do is just click to join the newsletter on the website, and you'll start getting that one soon.
And I'm sure you'll be happy to kit up.
Yeah, we'd love to kit it for you. Yeah, absolutely. You bet.
Right.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Yep. All right, Kim, thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, have a great time while you're here, Gary. Enjoy it. I think you'll have a lot of fun.
Yep.
Thanks.
All right, thanks.
Bye.